pass the test will be hired back at their step, at their level, without any detriment to them. Mr. Chairman, give me one more second, if I may.
Superintendent is shaking her head no.
Oh, she's shaking her head. Well, I can't dialogue this. That is the law. That is the law. So I don't really care if she said that's the law. As far as money, Mr. Chairman, I would ask you respectfully to ask the business administrator that those monies that were made by those paras, from what I understand, and I reviewed it since last week, that money is still available in the budget for those paras. Can I ask him that, Mr. Chairman?
Certainly, Michael.
Mr. Finger, are those monies that those paras, that is those positions, that wasn't cut from the budget by the township or by the board, was it?
No, it was not. Those funds are still in the budget.
Through the chair? Through the chair?
Hold on, Mr. Silva would like to speak first.
I was shaking my head because of the fact that if the paras pass and they have the status, they have to be hired back. So it's not something that, I'm shaking my head because there shouldn't be a question about it.
Through the chair. Through the chair, as the board attorney, the action which would legally have to be done is once those paraprofessionals pass the test, and I had asked the superintendent for, I don't know this answer, the test I believe is in June.
June 12th.
June 12th. When are the results known?
July 9th.
July 9th. Therefore, at that point, Ms. Silva would have to recommend, and pursuant to my legal opinion, those who pass would have to be recommended, and then the board would have to vote on hiring them back. I've been handed a letter that says,
Second paragraph. I will be considered.
no. Excuse me, Mr. President.
Hold on, just let me. All right, go ahead.
I would like to pass a resolution if it's proper and vote on it right now. Any paralegal who passes the test, paraprofessional, automatically rehired.
Through the chair,
Yes.
that motion would be improper. And in fact, there is, and I no disrespect, there appears to be a misunderstanding in this letter that was authored. I will state as the board attorney that I am not here to criticize, I'm not here to, whatever the saying is, leave people out to dry, but the letter may have a perceived, and perception is it all, is it not? A perceived problem. The law is clear, and Ms. Cousins and I know this, as do the rest of the union members, because we've discussed it. If the paraprofessionals, not paralegals, if they may be that too, but if the paraprofessionals pass the test, they need to be rehired unless they were let go for other reasons other than their test. There may be paraprofessionals who were let go for job performance. I don't know that. Job performance is separate and apart, and I know the union will agree with that, other than the test. So you can make a motion, but that motion would really have respectfully no effect, because the law is the law is the law, and that is that those paraprofessionals who were let go only because of not having the test, if you will, they will be hired back, they must be hired back, and let us stop this already. Yeah. They have to be, they will be, and Ms. Silva, you agree, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
As I stated, when they began to talk about this topic, I told we were going to. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, since we're talking about motions, I'm yet, I don't know, in a very hopeful way, hoping that after hearing the outpouring of our paras, our educational leaders, countless teachers, and after everyone got a chance to cool down and cooler heads may prevail, that as I come forward once again with the very same motion that I made last time we were together, I'm going to make the exact same motion yet once again, hoping that as everybody understands that it's not something that is going to cost us financially. I think what it does is it gives us an opportunity to not only get those who need to be tested by June, educate those who need to be, and get them prepared so that we can, as every one of the paras showed, want to be highly qualified. And my motion was real simple. I made the motion to go school-wide in September 2011 with support in place to assist the paras in getting the appropriate requirements to become highly qualified. And it's my motion. I don't know what support is out there, but I believe that it's an important motion for this district. And everybody knows, I mean, continuity, and I want to share this with you guys, continuity is something they use in nursing all the time. Absolutely nothing can be done when you change the continuity of care for a patient. You set that patient back. I am going to say to you from my medical background that many of these children are patients as well as students, and that by you not allowing them to have the continuity of the people that have been caring for them, you have undoubtedly set them back. So, it's not in the second, so that doesn't even mean it gets voted on. So I made a motion. Is anybody in the second?
Mr. Thomas, for the sake of edification, the motion is to push back school-wide till September 2011.
Yes.
And is that your motion?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second it.
Discussion.
Yeah, it's in discussion. You welcome to discussion.
I'd like to ask the superintendent's opinion on this.
I've made my position clear in the last meeting. You're asking me to decide. I'm sitting here. We have a reduced budget. We have a lot of obstacles to face. And I have a growing number of children in the high school that are growing in terms of the number of dropouts. I have to address it with some programs. I wish I had general fund monies, but I don't. So if I'm being asked, in all consciousness, you have to be true to your values, can I choose the employment of a number of people over the services that will be given to all the children in Lakewood? I can't do that. So I do not support this particular motion.
Since it's in discussion, you know, I would also ask in the same vein the current budget that has obviously, as you said, some general fund challenges. Are you in full support of a zero budget increase as authored by the township committee and some of our board members? Do you support that for the district?
I've indicated last week, I don't support that as well. We need more money, not less. We wouldn't have this kind of problem if I could use the money that's from general funds.
Any other discussions on this matter? I just want to implore the boards, the current board members, to look at the reality. I understand the position that our superintendent is in. She has to make educational decisions, and as I would put out there for the board to look at, there is a give and take here. Some of our educational decisions that she would like to make, she's unable to make because our budget is what it is, and we're going to have to work with that. But at the same time, we have an opportunity to do something that can have far longer and lasting reach in our district and actually make a greater impact over time because of the people who have shown an affinity and a love for our children, that we would help to create that atmosphere with people who want it. Now mind you, no one come up here saying, how dare you want us to learn this. All it was about time. As we saw with SES, we don't always have the greatest plan in mind. We don't always have the best timeline set up. And once again, I believe that we sprung something upon a good portion of this group that was unfair and unjust. And we have an opportunity as a board to do something here for the community in one area, because there's obviously some areas where we have our hands tied and we don't have that same ability. So I'm asking, pleading with the board members to truly reevaluate your stance on this and truly vote in a way that would be, as I see it, create continuity for the children in our school, thus increasing the level of care they receive.